I don't know what I'm supposed to accomplish because I'm still here, but I feel like I am supposed to serve some purpose. We've been hearing all day long that, the tornado's coming, there's bad winds, storms, beware. My husband, Larry, everybody calls him Woos, he came home and he said, I think it's going south of us. And I said, I think we need to be in the basement. Well, about that time, his phone went off and said, take cover immediately. We just got to the basement when it hit. I said to him, I think we're going to die right here. And I didn't any more than get that out of my mouth, and it was over with. The sound is something I'll probably never forget.
I had just gotten home. A minute or two later, the sirens went off. And all of a sudden, you start hearing the freight train or type sound. That's what it is. Things were starting to hit the house. Well, I hightailed it down to the basement. Wasn't in there 10 seconds. It's a freight train. It was a pulsating. It hard to explain. Our ears popped, so you knew it was right there on you. Pretty soon you heard it going away in that 10 seconds. Come right out of the basement. Wasn't ready for what I saw.
We walked right up our stairs, which was most people were not able to do. Most people had to be dug out. When you walked into the living room, the wall had just been peeled open. And furniture was out in the yard, and there was just debris everywhere. But we still had some walls, and hardly anybody else on the whole block had walls.
I got outside. It was a mess. Checked my neighbors first. Their house is gone, 15 feet away. Made sure they was fine. They were good. I shot across the street, pulled her out of her basement. Her house was gone. She was okay. Got her out, gave her a hug, and went up the hill. And I, to this day, do not know this elderly lady. She was planted face down. Lots of things going on in your mind right there, but she was kind of covered up with debris. Had to pull all that stuff away from her, uncover her a little bit. Got her turned over. She was not in very good shape anyway, but I was just searching, trying to help anybody and everybody.
Woos's best friend, 2 blocks to the west of us, was killed. The guy that lived right next door to us on the west was found at the bottom of our hill, his body, and it had hopped over us and took my good friends that lived on the east side of us. I feel like we were probably some of the most fortunate people.
There's a lot of adrenaline going on. I don't even know if I really knew what I was even doing. I was just a madman trying to save the world.
You just move into a mode where you just do what you got to do and don't even think about it. I mean, there were people just coming from every direction to help. It was weird to process, but you just sort of kicked into a survival mode, I think.
You had to do something, you just didn't know what. It's a weird feeling.
The amount of people we didn't even know that came to town and volunteered to walk around in your yard and pick up stuff. And the generosity, it was just almost more than I could fathom. If you go around town now, 6 months later, there is just foundations going in everywhere and houses going up. And I feel like we are just looking good. It's amazing that things are going as well as they are.